And I would like to thank Maja and Ambika for sharing their art and the poets who came and entertained us. Oh my goodness, stage fright. So where was I? I said, thank you for sharing your art. And you were going to take us to another dimension, a nicer one. Yeah. So, okay, and one more thing, the very important thing. After, don't run out when they finish, because Jesus said, one doesn't live on bread alone. I say one doesn't live on soul alone. So we're going to have food and drinks. Good. And more food and more drinks. And we celebrate, okay? So welcome.
Very good.
Okay, very good. My name is Maja Trochimczyk. I'm the editor of Moonrise Press. I'm also a poet and photographer, and it is a great pleasure to gather you here with Ambika Talwar, who is a painter and poet, and she's one of the key people in the project. And I really wanted to thank Susan Dobey, who is a wonderful Hungarian-American.
This is the second time here.
Right. Yes, poet and gallery owner, and really very friendly to poets. And we've had so many events here with the poets on site, right, Colin? And with Casabella Wilson, and now we're starting this, coming back to in-person events with this opening of the exhibit. The exhibit is called Sky Garden, and it's associated with two books. One of them is called Crystal Fire, and that's an anthology of 12 poets. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. And the other one, which already was presented, is called Bright Sky. It is just poetry of mine. I picked all these sweet and lovely and positive poems because I got so tired of the negativity, and I thought we should just do something positive and inspiring and beautiful for a change, and that instead of complaining and thinking everything is going to hell in a waste paper basket, we could think about everything is blessed, and we are blessed, and the world is beautiful, and there's so many wonderful things to discover and share in the world that we live in. So here with me, we have a whole number of poets who are in the book, and the way we're going to read it, it's recording on Zoom, so we can cut out pieces or put together the recording. But we will read, each poet will read this up to 10 minutes of the poems. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic and other delays, there's no paper, there's no tracks, the books didn't show up. Actually, so we can't have copies for you, not even for poets, but I had a proof copy from which we'll be sitting here and everybody will be reading from this proof copy. And I did get a couple of copies of my own book, which was ordered a month ago. So it takes a month now. It used to take 2 weeks, and then I was going by this kind of time frame, and now everything gets delayed. Okay, so very quickly about Crystal Fire. I thought that it'd be good to have a positive anthology, or there's positive philosophy, there's positive psychology now, starting with the Hungarian Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, who invented the theory of the flow in the 70s. A flow is a positive emotional state when you're creative, when you're doing something fantastic and you're extremely happy. And you just forget about the whole world because you lost in your creativity and your talent. And other people later started studying these positive states of joy. And I thought, why don't we do some positive poetry about what joys, what wisdom we have gathered from our lives. When I first put out a call for submissions, nobody replied. So I'm like, okay, I don't have anybody. So I'm going to pull out my own positive poems. And that's why I did this book, because there was no reply. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. But then it turned out there were replies, only they were coming slower. And then I gathered a group of 12 wonderful poets, 4 men and 8 women. And I think half of them are here already. So in order, we have Marlene Hitt, and then we have DeCenzo, Ambika Talwar, Bory, come here, show yourself. Bory Thach drove from San Bernardino, Mary Elliott, who drove from Santa Barbara, and who else is there in the book? Oh, I don't see all this. Right in front of me. Yeah, so I think that's about 4, 5, 6. We have 7 readers, so we have to do like maybe 8 minutes, not 10, so we don't go more than an hour. And we will do a reading in the order of poets in the book. I was counting that Elzbieta Czajkowska, who is, I think, the youngest of the poem, would come, but she didn't. So I'm going to read for her just one poem from her section, and then we'll move on to the next poet. So the next poet in the book is actually Bory. So Bory will read maybe 3 poems from his section. And let me start with Elzbieta Czajkowska. What heart may be dreaming? What comes before is just a dream, born of hollowed nights, whispers shadow made. What comes after is just a dream, born of soft delight in serene heart. And after, none can know what is to come. And every end is a new beginning. Every beginning, an end to the obsolete. Every dream, a wish that came to be in a quiet, solitary heart. What was never made cannot be unmade. Before a beginning, there was an end. Before the end, there was a dream, the wish, the heart, the dreaming. I think it's a very lovely poem. So thank you very much for her work. And now I'll ask Bory, drop your water and come here and read. I just forgot to mention we have beautiful paintings up here, which is on the cover, front and back. It's hanging there by Ambika Talwar, and each section has a painting illustrating. So yeah, you made just in time. So now read the poem, just stand so you can see.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll just read it in order. They're not too long, so you guys won't have to suffer too long. All right, Soul Spirit. On sleepless nights, wandering thoughts travel with storm clouds high above the atmosphere. Lightning fills the sky, a heart-stunning display of Mother Nature's power. Beautiful and majestic. The red sprite's mystical bursts refract against the absorbent afterglow of ionosphere. Fire rainbow clouds divide light into 7 color prisms that contain ice crystals. Flowering blooms come alive, and with them the invisible soul gathers and takes form while time becomes irrelevant. The stars reflect on the ocean full of memories, past, present, and future, exist all at once. Cyclical birth and death, spirits perish only to revive again, without ego or self. Let the mind remain calm as placid water. Embody the peace and serenity of mountains, even as rivers turn to ash. Memory, sometimes under a full moon, raise a cup to the clear sky in holy reverence. Prayer for a lover's safe return. Intoxicated by loneliness, I can hear you sing ever so softly. Time passes like flowing water, like the cold edge of a blade against my skin. I speak with joy. I laugh. Turn around and look at the lifetime of passion. Let us be carefree. Let's wander toward the horizon. I only wish for all my days to be as bright as you. Even in my dreams, your eyes guide me with light. I can stay in this world forever. Yesterday, I was a nightingale. Surrounded by peach blossoms, a nightingale is dreaming among fallen stars, deep in the valley of lotus palms. Forlorn thoughts are carried away by the wind, perfume-scented summer, late night kissed under flowering trees where earth meets sky. How many lifetimes until the flame will be extinguished? Age after age, the heart lives on. True love appears, even after being emulated by fire. The story remains unchanging yet beautiful. Fireflies in moonlight. A spring moon, sad and beautiful in the unseen world. Endless whispers of late night winds and rain, an oil lamp, hands in supplication as they burn a prayer offering, washing away all earthly sentiments. Vibrational auras are shaped by thoughts. Purity and stillness remain. Dreams fly, seductive like star magnolias on midnight breeze. Petals fall outside the window. Red leaves float on water in a garden with lilies. They open as bright as hollowed moons, big enough to fill two outstretched palms. The river of stars ebbs and flows, then sails away as melting frost feeds the wilderness. All things come into being, the balance of matter and energy. The imperceptible is everywhere, like ink on a page that brings mountains and streams to life. Gaze through the veil of time, beyond mist and fog. Before waking up, move between realms of the physical and spiritual. It is time to count fireflies in moonlight.
Thank you. Great. Thanks for coming. Well, that was really nice to have. And the next poet in the book is Joe DeCenzo.
Beautiful. There we go. Hello, everybody. It's a wonderful turnout in this gallery, and everybody there online in Zoom land. Let me find. I'm after Bory. Get my spot here. Okay. Do this one. For what October brings. As though it could go on and on, unfading and eternal, through the ageless summer months, young and supple dancers blend youth's pigments with the colors of the sky, lithely waving their arms to songs immortal, with outreached hands grasping the corona of the sun. The entire spectrum of their lives streams through the prism of discovery, a vessel of elation. When Maya asked me to search deep within and find something positive, the last 2 years were a little bit of a contrary. And I thought, I know I've had some happy times, so it shouldn't be too difficult, but let's see what we came up with. And I wanted, and this had never been published, I wanted to submit this one. It's titled, Would You Ever Know? Had you never heard the Blue Danube or known Strauss existed, would you dance with any less exuberance at the wedding of your soul and mind? Had you never buried your feet in the sands of Rio, would you drink in the sun with any less thirst? Had you never laid in lilac meadows under Wisconsin skies, would your bed be less sublime or sheets of dreams less vivid? Had you never loved with the intensity of Orpheus and known his heart, or ventured hell to recover passion's loss, or been a ruling monarch whose devotion to a common love cast crown and throne aside, or felt the gnarled grief twisting you inside that drove you to erect the Taj Mahal, would it make a difference? The minuscule clam knows the ocean vast, but only when it spreads its shell to feed. And this is titled Between the Lines. Somewhere between darkness and light lies a band of color so vivid its intensity dazzles the mind. Somewhere between silence and chaos, a symphony of unequaled splendor plays. Somewhere between inaudible whispers and deafening screams, a rational voice sustains the air, derailing unbending dogma and passive objectivity, finding compromise for all. The space between the porous and the impenetrable is filled with degrees of resistance and acceptance. The realm between transparent and opaque is rife with fear and intuition. Between obscurity and celebrity are feelings of family and oneness. Within the fields of victory and surrender are rolling meadows of peace and contemplation. Beyond invincible walls and vulnerable flesh, nature's passion poem reaches for the surface to interlace the blackish ink and the whitish page, revealing the expanse between yes and no that breach the rigid lines that comprise our daily walks. Thank you. When our group meets, we often get into little discussions about what our inspirations were and the kind of things we see at other readings. And I'm trying to remember, somebody had made a comment about how often these particular poets were just using the word love to the point where it almost meant nothing. But to that, I say in this poem titled Love's Cliche, may the words of the tired, uninspired, hackneyed poets ring out louder than the bells of Westminster, if that word be love. If love be cliche, then let me soak in its ponderous rain. Let its mundane repetition fill the tomes of mankind, its every margin and indentation, till there is no blank space. Let it be the first word spoken at daybreak, the last word murmured at prayers, the longest note sustained in every choral song. Let love be the first ingredient of every recipe, the first provision of every contract, and the last word uttered with my dying breath. Thank you for listening.
Okay. So the next poet will be Marlene Hitt, and I will move the laptop so we can see her on the recording. Yeah, okay, let me just sit there. Okay, how about this if I hold it like this? Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I will do my best. Before I got here, I listened once again to Stephen Hawkins' tape, cassette tape, and I remembered Carl Sagan, and today I heard the word beginning and end and time. So I'm going to tell you the real truth, okay, of the Big Bang Theory. A long time, many, many years ago, many years when it started, many years, long before, long time ago, long before when it started, long before, so long before the sun came, so long ago before the sun, so many turnings, so many long before so many turns, such a broad, wide time ago, arms wide time ago before the stars, before the whispers, so long ago, so much past, so much past, before any time at all, much past ago. There wasn't anything, not even all that past. All those times, all spun out, so long ago was the beginning. Thank you. And my next one is called Journey. The alley, hot and dusty smells of orange peels and oil. Its cracked asphalt leads foothill into the 210 freeway, sticky black and straight, heading into a mountain. Choked diesel air swirls past farmland, clouding clear up into the Three River town and the giant sequoia. Black roadbed curls up and into the place where the sky looks blue. A river pounds. It pounds into rock, copying the highway path. I touch a side eddy, bend, and drink pure frigid water, slow, deep, like a kiss. I drink it, a pathway into life.
Thank you.
And I will tell you about boxes, very interesting little things and big things. A room full of them, and we had that at the museum one time. Now, if that box could be mine, I would fill it with love letters or needles and colored thread. The tiny silver one I would fill with pink face powder to put in a purse. I wouldn't take the wormwood chest, its lock closed, rusted on, keyless, for it is not the box, but the treasures within. That box camera, a photo inside, still unseen. A thin case, long and narrow, to carry pencils and a pink eraser, watercolor paints. Lying open on a table, a hand-carved chest invites, and I crawl in. Someday, maybe, this chest will hide beneath the seed of an oak, stay unfound until the oak has aged to forest tall. Then fall from a lightning fire, a storm which pulls it screaming from its roots, where the chest still hides, but open.
Mhm. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't know that. Anyhow, my tragedy.
I put my phone somewhere too, and I don't know where it went. You know, it's just like just disappeared. No. So the next poet is in Kentucky, in a retired home, Jane Stuart, who is one of the frequent contributions to monthly contest and to the California Quarterly. So I really like her poems because they're so whimsical and delicate and lovely and surprising sometimes. So I thought I would put a section of her poems, and I'll just read one poem from this section. Let me pick which one. Kentucky Moonlight. A two-buckled star, full of brassy light, leaves a tail of black smoke in the sky tonight. Cold, wet rain wakes sleeping frogs, shivering in moonlight. The mountain sees beyond the sky. A white cloud wreathes tomorrow, and we control our destiny on summer nights, when the owl and the whippoorwill sing love songs, and the world is like a carousel. Okay, and the little one, seeing you in silhouette. Once again, in magic slippers, your feet touch the moon. Winter moonlight falls on mermaids sleeping in a wine-dark sea. The wind jingles bells tied in the hair. The poets sing of love most fair. And what came between? Your dancing on the roof, my gathering flowers, and then our joy that turned to ecstasy. What was first la vie became somewhat eternal. Roses on the moon, your magic slippers touching the stars. Now I hold a painted vase that remembers ancient days, but nothing is as beautiful as you by my side today. All right, so that was poetry of Jane Stuart, our assistant poet. It's okay, I'll pick it up in a minute. Now, our next poet is Alice Pero. This is the artwork for her. It's not on the wall, but it's in the book. Okay, here, that's for you. And I'm going to plug in the, this doesn't die on us, surprisingly, in the middle of the reading.
I want to thank Maya very much for everybody. Please thank Maya. She just does so much. And thank you. Now to be seen as myself by someone, to cease the restless panting and heaving the untold litanies of the past. Now, to sing a song that's fresh, in tune with my own tune, and no rehashing of the festering I left behind. Now, to see the cricket in the dark, to sweeten his love song with my renewing cries, to race the morning sky with the festiveness of one just born into now. Southern California yard chaos. Scraggly wild mustard's delicate yellow finds itself welcome in my bare earth yard, where grass seeds fail to sprout and water does not know where to go before sun makes nothing of it with searing rays. Giant rosemary laughs while it entertains multitudes of grateful bees. Lavender titters a giggle chorus. Who knew that oak tree would sprout right in the middle of the bay bush? Against the far wall, baby bougainvillea struggles against impossible odds, while on the other side of the yard, triumphant columbine rises tall, orange blossoms singing with the finches. What is important? What I am going to wear today, the name of my friend from high school that I forgot during dinner last night, the sound of the garbage truck too loud, my grandson smiling about Curious George, a stack of old poems, pages fading, a box of books in the garage I will never read, the dog looking at me asking for a treat, flowers in pots needing watering, dawn that I hardly ever wake to see, an onion, very plump, waiting to be put in soup, the soup, dancing to a soul song when no one is watching, knowing the alphabet, birds at the feeder, trees standing at attention, the wind, doors, windows, the floor just now swept clean, a child singing off key, a poem written that no one will ever read, a poem spoken, heard by two, remembering the name of my friend at breakfast, a tune made in an instant and then lost. What you are going to say next? And desert. In the desert, the wind is a bullet. A toad hops about looking for a mate. It is late. The moon is rising from behind a silvery cloud. A bullet can only go so far. It disturbs the birds looking for seed. The cactus and snakes do not mind. They lie in wait, but do not know for what. A poet is waiting for a poem. The moon wonders who is below. A long stretch of land, lowly, lonely, and moaning in that desolate wind. Only the sun will chase it, revealing everything in brightness. Thank you. And there's more in there, so when the book comes out, please do that.
All right, so our next poet is Far Away, Frederick Livingston, and he has a painting like this in the book. So again, I will just read one poem from this book. Let me see. Light. Mendocino, California. Frederick Livingston. Sunbeam alone is a poem, but On this fallen log, with you, everything is tongue tip, fingertip, heartbeat. Who was I? Sweating brick by brick in gilded cities, as if to impress the heavens with my cleverness, as if to invent anything as alive as this urgent syrup melting into our veins, warming pine-steeped air. Earth was made for breathing. I think it's a lovely poem. It's one of my favorites in the book. All right, so that was Frederick Livingston. I think this is here. Allegra Silberstein is the next poet who is absent. She lives, I think, on a farm near Davis, California. She's also retired and she writes shorter poems. All her poems are shorter. Oh yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah. The one on top. That's it. That's the painting in the book and that's the original up here. Thank you for pointing out. Celebration by Ambika Talwar. The wind. The wind teases the leaves, swirls them into a dance, then sends them scurrying into the street. Something touches the heart with the song of the leaves as they clatter away from me today. When I hear the sweet song, I remember your voice and will not fear cold that comes too soon. Perhaps it's time now to find my own song to sing, breath leading me as if I were the wind. Very sweet. And now we have Santa Barbara coming over, Mary Elliott, and she has a painting. Is this here? Yes, absolutely. That's the one. So Mary is right next to her own painting. Maybe you could turn it a little bit so you can see the painting. Yeah, just stay here. Oh yeah, so you're right next to your painting.
Great. Okay. I'll start out with Run. In another time when we were wanderers of season, delicate glass-blown figurines in a garden from unknown hands, a story so begins for us to try to understand. Did you ever doubt the sun would glow after cataclysmic storms, nails bitten to the quick, alone, not knowing what it warns? Nothing left to do, the house is gone, it's all undone. Then wash it all away until pain withers in the sun. As morning rays like phoenix will rise and be a guide. No shoes may cloak my feet, but red hot embers burn inside. Infused in the desire that I can rise, live like the sun, because it's only once I die, the thread is short, so I will run. The next one I would like to do is weave. I'll just go right into it. For a moment, please, transcend the dust. Walk through 1,000 deaths after it's burned red rust. If it means feeling the smooth glow of warmth and the knowledge of love, breathe it through your soul until fire melts dualities, alchemizes emphasis, throw away cruelty. Sing to trees, join their tune into the night alone with ghosts of past entanglements. Call them over, stand inside the light. Nothing here can hurt you, child. My dear, I'll give you courage to lose yourself in it all. Be still, revere, let go, don't stall. Open your heart to source and fall. Stand in quiet wonder before duality that can turn to death or clarity. We're also small in our enormosity. Don't ask why, just breathe, just be. Let it unravel, the weaver will weave. One more. This is stepping stones. Stepping stones appear, peeking through the creek's bottom. With arms raised high, jump to the next. Hold tight, don't slip nor hesitate. Dance light and step or slip on Dance light and step or slip on the moss, laid bare by the viridescent roots of our mother's hair. The earth grooves, swirls deep, in tune with Pan's flute. Siren songs ringing out, sauntering into the daylight. Play with me, they sing in glee. Wind, water, earth, fire, transmute darkness from the burning pyres of what's called progress. Sing to the stars, you beautiful one. May orbs of glitter confetti rain cosmic consciousness in waves. Absorb darkness, return to love where you belong, drunk deep in its haze.
Great to meet a new poet that I haven't heard before, and Mary submitted something to California Quarterly. I like it so much. I said, hey, do you have more poems? Send me my way. Let's put you in the anthology because it will fit. Now, this painting here, it serves as a frontispiece to the section by Jeff Graham, who lives in Walnut Creek. He's a retired college professor, and he was trying to log in, but I don't think he made it, or else I missed him letting him in. I really like his poems. All of his poems that I want to publish, basically. That's how it goes. He has short and long ones, and some of them are very kind of intellectual and complicated. The painting is called Ragas of a Himalayan Sunrise. So this is the painting that Ambika selected for the poet. She picked the images to each poet separately, something that has reflected in her mind in the poem. So I read a poem called Roadside Roads. Roadside black-eyed Susans, one, then a few, then one, then a few hundred, swayed in unison by wind, quivered by sway of flower in turn. Then one, then a few, then one, view from the car window. Actualities from the point of view of my viewing. Two. Not much passes in the cotton fields, but cotton that catches within the barbs, so that fences aren't of wire, but of cotton, while I'll drive past road 15, road 15 and a half, road 15 and 3/4, clear-headed into a density of oblivion, into a delicacy of limitless oblivion's adrift, of which I drift through as with. 3. Apple tree rows accelerate past at such rates that furrow and row's repetitive pattern becomes a solid sheet of green of tree, with single furrow trenching row by row to the eyes. Apple beside a basket of apples, bow within a grove of trees. A multitude of suns rotates round the pivot spin of the world of groves, of a grove of worlds, illumined structure of limitless atoms, of unending Adam's past and to be. Then Jeff also writes shorter poems, which he writes in series, like the Nocturnes, inspired by the night, and Nocturnal Reflections, or the Bantam Hours. So I'll read a little poem called The Bantam Hours, number 79. Not petals, yet the minuscule petals, not leaves, yet the sparse leaves, not stalks, yet even the uneven segmentations of the stalks of geraniums brought spring to my thoughts, brought spring to fruition, to spring, brought my thoughts to me, of the actual, of the eve of autumn, rolling down and off from the eaves, of tree green and that of the roof, of the days, every when, thus now. So I think Jeff really likes E.E. Cummings because there's certain an influence of him. And I think I'm really happy to be in a book next to him. My painting, unfortunately, is not here, but it's in a book. It's very beautiful, kind of like a bunch of churches and lotuses. Blue arches, okay, yes, I do wear blue a lot. So I think I should read the poem that's actually, it started the whole project. I came back from some aggravating reading, and I wrote a poem to counter that aggravation, you know, antidote to chaos, antidote to aggravation. So I wrote my own poem called The Year of Crystal Fire, and that's the title of the book. Soft patter of pink rose petals falling onto the floor. The scent of French perfume in the air. The heartbeat stops. The world ceases its rotations. I see the light in your eyes shining through the slit in your motorcycle helmet as you pass me on the street. In a millisecond of recognition, you take me in, tall, serene, in turquoise and aqua. Then you look away, far into the past we shared so shamelessly, beyond measure. The year of passion, the year of dogs that brought us together, the year of longing, the year of dolphins dancing on salty waves, the year of absence, the year of waiting in darkness, the year of tiger lilies, the year of nine-tailed foxes, smooth with seduction and delight. Yes, I liked that year the most, as we grew into our demonic, daimonic selves, created new galaxies, parallel universes out of otherworldly love. Timelines shift, the cosmic windows keep opening and closing. Soft patter of pink rose petals on the flying carpet takes me into the year of passion, the year of tiger lilies, the year of diamond kites soaring above hilltops, the year of stardust, the year of crystal fire. Now there's kind of poems from kite flying, from going to the hills and listening to the birds, but I wanted to read a poem that's actually for this painting. We went for a walk with Ambika and Alice into the wash, and there was a tree, and there was a little breeze in the tree, there's beautiful sunlight, and the tree was singing to us. That's how I felt. So I took pictures of the tree, and I wrote a poem, The Stillness of Trees. And it's stenciled so that I can see a little bit of the picture. The singing tree sings just for me. Its song flows around the globe in murmuring waves of leaves that caress each other and twirl away in gusts of wind, longing for freedom. It is the stem that gives them life, pours nutrients into the heart-shaped cottonwood marvels. It is the connection, the lifeline that matters. We are the leaves on the cosmic tree, linked by bright cords of energy, the crystalline liquid, golden light. We dance in a breeze of time. We sing our song of joy, the joy of light, the light of dawn, of high noon, of afternoon's golden hour, waning into dusk. In that peculiar salt bubble sky, ready to burst open and reveal the velvet coat of the night with diamond star buttons. Is it all clear for you too? Have you found your glowing bubble of the sky? I'm here, singing to the singing tree, learning to dance from stiff leaves on flexible stems, its strength and grace of twigs and branches, healing, laughing, humming with me, singing a miraculous song of the cottonwood tree.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. So, and for the last one, I do the older poem, which I wanted to include in this book because it will give you something to do, which is called Repeat After Me. So you'll have to say something. So it's inspired by a Ho'oponopono prayer from Hawaii, the healing prayer.
What
And
language do you speak?
Ho'oponopono is from Hawaii prayer. It's just here in the book. I don't speak Hawaiian, I just read the words. It means it's a prayer of healing and a prayer for Fukushima waters written by Dr. Masaru Emoto, who is famous for studying the healing of water. And the prayer of my motto goes, water, we are sorry. Water, please forgive us. Water, we thank you. Water, we love you. So now let's go into repeat after me. Yes, you can find it. Your way out. It is so simple. First you say, I'm sorry. We're sorry. We are the guilty ones. We are all full of fault. What happens next? The door opens. We stop at the threshold and say, please forgive me. I forgive you. Forgiveness erases all my fears, all our sorrows. The burden of dead thoughts is lifted. See? We flow up into brightness. We are sparks of starlight. A constellation dancing in the sky. As we say, thank you very much. Filled with gratitude for every cloud, leaf, and petal, every breath we take, every heartbeat. We are ready at last to say what's the most important. I love you, my world. I love you, my sunlight. I give you all the love of my tired, grateful heart. That's right. Let's say it again. I love you, my splendid, stupendous, excellent life and magnificent life. Now, step by step, one word at a time. I love you, my splendid, stupendous, exquisite, delightful, and magnificent life. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. So the last poem, well, you're still repeating?
The next line was God grant me the serenity.
Oh, no. It's from a different story. It's from a different poem. Okay, so now the last poet in the book is Ambika Talwar, and she is going to be reading from here. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to be videotaping her. So yes, here. Right here. Okay. You gotta stand here. Yes, I'm gonna stand here and you're gonna okay. Is that already good?
Huh?
Have you already started it?
You'll see a red button when it starts.
Yes.
Hi. Okay, then you started it.
Very good.
That was an amazing experience of interdependent origination, you would say, as she shared with us gratitude for all the elements without which we wouldn't be here. So I hope that our readings today in little images and expressions touch something in you that needed touching, and a new door opens for you henceforth. Thank you for being here. This has been quite a journey, this book. I'm going to begin with the first one in this collection, and it is called Wild Savan. I am the lost one, invisible as wood in a wave, wild and crashing in air, and nothing, never anything. I am the lost one, a seeker with head breaking open, all directions unceasing, and nowhere, no time to wait. I am the lost one, a seer, as colors convulse in scattering rays, rainbows still and creating serve illusions in cosmic void. Find me, I am the lost one, head full of churning in lament, thoughts of time, spiraling spaces, knowing we are but an instant, whole, possible, disappearing, courage, Images and prayers becoming future, that is past. I am the lost one, seeker, seer, sage, wild savant of dust, desiring all this and lost loves, headless with Amrit ocean in heart, tender silence between beats. I merge in liquid ocean. There goes my beloved temple, ground into sand, not into time. There go you and I. Waves rise to the sky. It is time for change. Love is never lost. Timeless voices whisper, love is now. Love always was and ever is unceasing.
Okay, you just stop and start over again because something happened on the phone. Sorry.
Oh,
All right.
Just read the next poem and then you can record some.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's still going.
It's still actually
Okay.
recording. Okay.
It just disappeared. Where is it? Okay.
Something else
Yeah.
came in the way.
Yeah.
It wanted to look at you, Maya.
Okay, very good.
And this next poem is called Taurus for a Broken World, and it was inspired by my time at the beach and how one time the wave came so fast, I literally rolled and I was laughing. It was fun because I was able to move with it. Curve of coast extends far, makes weave with light, muddy, golden awnings, reaches rocky edges, rugged moments crack my heart, wet my toes. They curl like a fetus inside a womb. Waves make sonic designs and lone walker arrives, same place each day as sky and Gaia are stitched as one. Love and war are a single wave. Curves sink into sudden sand. We gather, eyes, ears searching, tears of longing fall on toes, gritty smudges all across my face. Don't look for more, you say. Don't burst heart. There are no palms to hold. Souls lament. Sandpipers pit patter on towards horizon. Sea foam rushes in, layered waves crash and rapidly retreat to a whirlpool. What if we slide inside the Taurus's crystal fire of birthing as we were birthed? What are we fighting? Why are we breaking our bodies? In desperation, tarring all our skins, our covenants, our oaths. Oh Lord, smudging my face with snot of weeds, I hear unerring shriek of seagull swoop as my body falls, rolls to waves strong clasp, bruised leg half smiles as I stand in a lowered sky. Gaia's memory refracts endless worlds, delicate pearly seashell in my palms. I caress, cradle it oh so gently. Eyes shut, I lie as waves roll on me, falling to heal a broken world. Melting mirrors. These burning times are rapidly winnowing their way. Ice is melting as before, melting into flows. What shall we now dream of in the middle of the eclipse? The blood moon on a still night has whiskers, and we wonder how to change the things that break before their time. Surely there is sustenance for the having and for the grieving, for rapidly remembering the strange beauty of translucent mornings before the deluge and the smoke, before the cracking of old mirrors. Look deeply into your heart's core. Your soul may sing you onward, for your heart's burning is but a smidgen away. Call in your glowing soul, wild as love. Call it in and love it, because there is nothing else left for us to do. And one last one. Where did it go? We are all the beloved. We are water, my love. We are mud, salt, iron, pepper, grapes, honey, and we are sound, sense, turmoil, and serenity. We are wind that cries hoarse, songs that lilt. We are oceans and forests. We must learn to be good. Turn away sordid technocrats who wish to make us be soulless robots. Civilizations died an aeon ago. Imperial trance swallowed some. Tech spinners of lies are at it with jaw tighteners, head hammers, with noises to stultify as people submit their souls for illusions, becoming traitors to cause of good virtue. Oh, but we are water, my love. We are mud, salt, iron, and honey and turmoil. What's left of us we must protect. We must awaken. Imagine dead fish on our shores, plankton, first foods of all our people, animals, old tribes burning away as beds of oceans. Our children, we must nourish them. They are light of God, our sentient future. Let us nourish joy that makes us human. I pour my love to each of you as it pours into me from cosmic grace. Take it in and make it yours. Send it on to every iota of our living planet, to our new humanity in highest spiritual vision, manifest truth, courage, love, divine union. We all are the beloved. We are water, my love. We are mud, salt, iron, tree, honey, chaos, serenity. You want to know the last line? We are water, my love. We are mud, salt, iron, tree, honey, chaos, serenity. We are flowers for the altar. We are flowers for the altar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maya, for this great project. Thank you, Susan. And thank you, everyone. Many blessings.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
That was
you.
lovely. All right. So there was a whole book, and I have the other book which I'm going to start reading back to back, right? So next 2 hours. I was like, no, I will just read one poem from this book. It had a very nice review from Scott Galasso, and there's pictures here, illustrations. You can look later, various things that I take in my neighborhood, in the wash, going in the garden, of course, lots of roses as usual. But I will read this poem called Your Rainbow. Let's conjure up a lovelier, brighter rainbow, made of jewels, translucent and opaque. There are you, head to toe, a rainbow you, of strength and insight, presence and delight. You are a rainbow of endless light. You are a fountain of boundless love. You are a red ruby of life. You are a pure amber of creation. You are a new gold of strength. You are a green emerald of affection. You are a blue sapphire of truth. You are a clear amethyst of perception. You are a white diamond of light. You are a bright diamond of light. The jewel rainbow of your body, the jewel rainbow of your mind, grounded in the solid earth, reaching for the highest sky, dancing among the stars. You are love, always love. You are light with me. So I think there'll be a good coda to the whole reading. Thank you for all the poets who came, especially from afar, San Bernardino, Santa Barbara, in locally here. Thanks especially for Marlene, who braved the elements, and for Alice to bring Marlene here, and Joe. So it's really great that you could have all the listeners, and I think there will be time to have some wine.
Not too early.
Yeah, so I think I'll just stop the recording, and we'll go and enjoy I got the Porto's pastries. Susan made Hungarian meatballs. Ambika baked a special cake. So we have all sorts of goodies up there in the studio. I say kitchen, and Susan is get angry because I always say Yeah, thank you very much. So enjoy, and I really appreciate all of you coming and sharing this afternoon with us. Thank you.
Yes, and don't forget to look at the art.